Hey guys, welcome to the Foundry Demo Day. It's June 18th now. We got a couple things we're going to demo. Chris is going to demo the Wallet Connect, which lets mobile users connect to Smoke Signal easier. Skulk's going to give us a nice big juicy update on Death and demo that. And then Lo is going to show us the latest round of logos that we have. So yeah, go ahead, take it away, Chris.
Oh,
Right.
we got Samuel in here.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Welcome,
Samuel.
Samuel.
Hello.
Right, guys, welcome to the demo day. So I'm going to show you guys how the new Wallet Connect system works on Smoke Signal. So hopefully my phone doesn't fail me by sharing the screen. I have to plug it in. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay, so on mobile, the previous options you had were to download one of these two Web3 browsers, but that's quite a lengthy process. So what we've implemented is a system called Wallet Connect. It basically allows you to connect on any one of these existing wallets. So there's quite a lot of wallets on here, as you can see, one being MetaMask, which is a very common one. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Obviously, I've already installed the app, but let me just first show you what happens if you don't have the app. So something like Rainbow, for instance, on each different device, it will automatically take you to the corresponding app and make it quite easy just to install that wallet. But if you already have the wallet, so MetaMask, you'll see that it just opens the app. In my case, just does the Face ID authentication and then asks me to allow a connection to smokesignal.eth.link, which I can just allow. I've already added the XDAI RPC, so it wasn't necessary to switch, but you can actually switch between the two. So
You're talking about the
go,
chains there, the XDAI and MetaMask.
Yes, yes. So unfortunately, it doesn't support switching from the browser. So if you click switch, it won't work. But if you switch in MetaMask and then go back, it will be switched. So if I just go back to Smoke Signal now, you'll see we've built a little My Account page. It's still very minimalistic. Basically shows your face, the chain,
We
and
can't.
also compose.
I don't know if you're showing the. It's still on the wallet for us.
Sorry, let me just. Is it?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's basically. So yeah, all I've done is just I switched. So once you've connected it, it just says go back to Smoke Signal, which I've done. As you can see, I'm in Brave browser here, which is by default blocking all the stuff, and it's still working. We've got a very minimalistic My Account page with your face from the wallet, the chain, and also just a compose post. I'll go ahead and just compose a post to show you guys how that works. So let's just go to the test topic as always. We'll say new post. We'll say just test wallet connect test for demo day 18/06/21. I won't add anything to burn. I'll click submit. It will automatically go to MetaMask, authenticate through Face ID, whatever you're using on your phone. And then it will just ask me to allow this transaction. I'll click confirm. It will say waiting. And cool, there it's mined. So I just go back to the browser and there we go. There's the post in Smoke Signal. So yeah, this works the same for all of them. If I just go to topics, go into test. Well, obviously this is sorting according to burn. Okay, let's just go to the home page and new, you'll see there's the post. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Very simple system just to make posting on mobile easier and allow users to do that without having to install an additional browser. The other thing that we're also working on is a in-app wallet. So it will allow you to, basically there'll be three options when you get to Smoke Signal. It will allow you MetaMask, in-app wallet, or it will allow Wallet Connect. On mobile, it will only allow Wallet Connect and the in-app wallet. And just to clarify, for those that don't know what the in-app is, It just means that the wallet works within Smoke Signal itself, so it doesn't actually require you to do anything or switch between any sites. You can just generate the phrase, everything on the browser, and then we'll allow you to also export that and re-import it later to decrypt that seed phrase.
Yeah,
But
and
that's basically it from my side. Yeah.
yeah, and then just to highlight the sort of some of the goals of that in-depth browser wallet. For one, that'll make onboarding easier. And it'll also let the user choose their face, which I think that's been pretty highly requested. I think it'll make it a lot funner as well. You get to Smoke Signal and you want to make a new post. The first thing is you choose your face. And they're still random.
Yeah.
You cycle through and, oh, that looks like a fun face. And you choose that guy. So
Now, just to clarify on that, we would have allowed them to select multiple faces, but that's actually quite difficult because you have to store all the seed phrases and then somehow export all the seed phrases and then set passes and stuff for all of them. Because remember, when you're generating a new face, it's actually generating completely new seed, which is completely new wallets altogether. So for phase one, what we're going to do is we're just going to allow them to, they can keep on generating a face, but just save one and then actually use that one. If they want to do another phase, they just have to obviously export that and then, or just restart the process. We'll also allow them to log out, which basically just clears the local storage. So yeah.
And the making of multiple faces, I think is it's not technically difficult, but we'd have to figure out the UX. So we're just taking that out for the first version of the in-depth browser wallet. Cool. All right. Well, so the next up is Skulk with some death contract updates. You're muted, Skulk.
You're muted.
Let me unmute myself. Hold on a second. Let me just quickly close all the superfluous things here. So I should have done this in the lull. All right, let's share. Okay, right. So this is the death contract. I'm purposefully not going to share the contract address right now since currently it's gone back to audit. I do think we now have it at 2 auditors. I do think they're going to come back clean. Quite a bit of effort did go into at least some level of testing on this stuff. But yeah, so the death contract has now been live for almost 4 days. It's sitting on a little pile of Ether. And we have this interface. If you use it before the audits come back, please know that you're basically throwing your money in the fire, you know, and hoping that the fire doesn't burn your money. But yeah, so but we are fairly confident, fairly hopeful that it's going to come back without any major problems. Just change to a place where there's actually some death. Right, so if you go to this interface at the moment, I mean, it doesn't look exceptionally romantic, but it's just essentially you can convert your Ether to derived Ether, which is basically 2x levered Ether. No, so we put in 0.1, we get out 0.0116 derived Ether. If we chuck in 1 derived Ether there, at the moment we get out 0.186 Ether.
0.861.
All right, so this page is going, sorry, 0.861. So yeah, so this page is going to be extended over in the near future to actually have a better breakdown of what the fees are exactly, sort of where they go, and just a breakdown of exactly what the death contract does. Yeah, so my next step, I had hoped to already have done that by now, but my next step is to essentially get some liquidity up for the death contract. Yeah, and then allow the early group of beta users to actually arbitrage the death contract. But yeah, that should be up a little bit later today. I just need to make some decisions about which pool we're going to use and so forth. Yeah, so pretty exciting stuff. If you want to join the beta user group, just let me know in Telegram or Discord, and we'll add you to the little chat group. Yeah, so basically the next steps are just extend this interface a little bit, so that it's more informative. And yeah, and then once the audits come back clean, we can actually like go select a icon for the thing, and push that to the various repos so that it actually shows up. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Alrighty. So then next up is Lo with the some logos. So we just
Logo
got back to the
update.
designer. If you want to stop sharing, it's cool.
Yo, what's up, guys? So we decided to go with a second designer just to get a fresh new look and a fresh creative perspective. I had a meeting with him last week, Friday or Thursday, to just brief him about what we wanted in the logo. One of the changes that we made in this new phase 1 with designer 2 was to make it a little bit more of give it a more animated feel, and animated and more organic, and move away from the very corporate feel in the previous versions that we had. And let me just actually start sharing my before. I just want to close notifications here. Sorry. Share screen. So this is logo version 1. It's I don't think anyone's really fond of it. What I want to point out is that I really am very fond of the typography in the logo, and I like the outlines as well. The sharp outlines is quite cool. The logo itself to me is a little bit more Facebook, and Chris pointed it out, Fedora-esque. So I doubt that we're going to move forward with this one, but I like.
I just want to say something really quick. I happened to see that in a really small version on Skulk's screen share, like I think it was in the downloads thing, and something about that when it was very small, it didn't look so bad. It actually looked like a little thing that was holding some molten something. Anyway,
yeah,
just wanted to point it out. We should maybe look at these when they're smaller as well, see what they look like.
Yeah, we can look at them as well when they're smaller. I quite like the fact that it does look like something holding the liquid. Also, it has that catapult effect, almost as though it's going to get catapulted. So yeah, logo 2, build a better world. So we wanted to mold the Foundry hammer and anvil effect with the liquid and the bee and hex grid. I quite like this one. I'm a little bit on the fence with regard to the smile there. I'm not sure if it's too animated and if it comes across as nice and friendly or approachable, but I don't know. Ideally, I would possibly like to see this version without that smile, but still I really like this logo. I feel the designer nailed the brief on this one. Third logo, I'm not mad fond about. I feel the fire is a bit animated. What I do like is this beaming effect that both draws you in and pulls you out at the same time. So it feels quite endless, that endless Foundry vibe that is limitless, which is quite cool. And then my personal favorite is this one, which merges the B concept and the F into that as well, with this dripping sphere, which I really think is awesome. And again, just the typography is really cool. On Twitter, I've actually demoed that logo's icon without anything else. So this is how it will look with just the logo, and you can just zoom out a little bit to see, whoopsie, what it looks in. It's quite recognizable even when it's small. So I think there isn't massive enthusiasm about these yet, but from my side, I'm pretty excited about them. I guess we'll continue discussing the logos with the community and as Team Toast as well, and then decide which one we're going to move forward with. I think so far the common consensus is that we should just decide on a logo to start using, so that we can base the branded identity around that, so that we can actually kick off on that, and then we can always revisit this topic in the future. Cool. That's me.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So I think as you were talking there at the end, Lo, I was just thinking we should just take all of our favorites from this set and a less set, and then bring them to the community as well, and just ask for any input. Not only which one do you like, but maybe why. And yeah, but yeah, we're getting pretty eager to just choose one at this point and not do another round of sort of, handing it off to a designer and getting it back, just because it's such a big blocker for everything else. We're really eager to get some landing pages done, redesign the Foundry webpage. Things have been a bit quiet on the community, and I think it's, to me, it seems like it would be related to the slowness with which a lot of things are going now. The death contract has been like a week away from getting out for a long time. Smoke Signal has not seen a lot of rapid improvement. And then on top of all that, the visual design, which we were talking about for a while, hasn't been coming out. So it would be nice just to choose a logo and then actually do the rest of the brand identity, and then as rapidly as possible turn that into a redesigned Foundry landing page. And then also once that's done, then we can start sort of redesigning Smoke Signal and getting maybe also Death as well, the Death contract interface, so we can sort of navigate how do we get the Foundry identity to sort of be inherited by the apps, but not exactly identical. We want them to be differentiatable as well. So yeah,
and I think
go ahead.
on the topic of the community chatter dying down a little bit, I think we need to get you a new phone as well, because people seemed quite enthusiastic about your little vlogs that you posted up. And that being said, I think you being here and us working together and sending those vlogs out as a team in person really seemed to spur a lot of conversation. And we just literally found ways of generating buzz and conversation when we were together in person. Perhaps we can look at a strategic session every now and then, maybe on Monday or Tuesday between you and I, to see how we can generate that sort of buzz between the two of us again.
Yeah, and just an update on that before maybe we hang up. My phone's touchscreen isn't working. I'm in Mexico for another week, where it's quite difficult to get the component for my Google phone. But I think that once I get back up to Alaska, where my family is, that should be quick to do. I'll be there for a week, and then also sort of the other update is, so then 2 weeks from now is when I'm flying back to South Africa, and we'll all be together. And I think that itself will just add a lot to the throughput. Honestly, if I knew that I sort of underestimated the amount that the time zones would sort of steal from our momentum. If I'd really understood the impact of that, I probably would have maybe planned a shorter trip. But in any case,
that's how you learn. And I think we now have massive excitement for 2 weeks from now when you're back. Things are going to be kick off really nicely again.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, anything else from the other two members here?
Nope, sorted.
Alrighty. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Well,
thanks, guys.
We'll see you guys next week.